I am Dr. J. Frank Vijay, handling the course Mobile Computing. So the Anna University curriculum of Mobile Computing course has been divided into 5 units. The first unit gives a detailed picture about the introduction about the mobile computing. So in that particular unit, we are going to discuss about what is mobile computing, what's the difference between mobile computing and wireless networking, and the various characteristics of mobile computing, and the mobile computing applications and the mobile structure. So these are the concepts we are going to discuss in the unit 1. And if we take the unit 2 analysis, there we are going to discuss about the mobile internet protocol and the transport layer protocol. So the unit 3 completely describes about the mobile telecommunication system, the GPS, GPRS and UMTS. And the unit 4 completely discuss about the mobile ad hoc networks. So there we are going to discuss about what is ad hoc networks and what are the characteristics, what are the routing protocols and various different routing protocols. And the last unit, unit 5, describes about the various mobile platform applications. So there we are going to discuss about the various mobile operating systems. So these are all the 5 units of mobile computing. And based upon these 5 units, we have divided the units into various course outcomes. We have analyzed the units of Anna University curriculum, and it has been divided into 6 course outcomes of mobile computing. And the first course outcome fully describes about the basic characteristics and the structure of mobile computing. The second course outcome deals with the outline the MAC protocol schemes for wireless communication. And the third course outcome deals about the function of internet and the transport layer protocols. And the fourth outcome explains about the working principle of GSM, GPRS and UMTS. And the fifth course outcome explains the design issues and the routing protocols of mobile ad hoc networks. And the last CO, that is course outcome 6, deals with the features of different mobile application platforms and the security issues. And the second thing, after describing the course outcome, this course outcome has been mapped with the Bloom's taxonomy. So after analyzing the entire curriculum of mobile computing course, and we have the course coordinator and the course expert have understand the basic concepts of mobile computing, and we have decided that all these course outcomes will be explained to the students to the up to the knowledge level, that is K2 level. So this video lecture is going to explain you the basic 2 concepts, that is the learning outcome of this particular video lecture. The first one, after going through the video lecture, the students will be able to understand the basic concepts of mobile computing, understand the difference between mobile computing and the wireless applications. So these are the 2 learning outcomes of this video lecture. First, what is mobile computing? So as you all know that the mobile computing is one of the biggest or greatest technology emerging in the recent era. So what is mobile computing? The mobile computing is to describe the technologies that enable people to compute anything at any place, any time and anywhere. So it is very much portable, and the mobile computing gets the help of the wireless technology for computing the various activities. The first, we should know the difference between what is computing, what is mobility, mobile computing, and what is mobile communication. So these are the 4 basic concepts which forms the crux of mobile computing. The first, what is computing? So the capability to automatically compute, carry out certain processing invocations on a remote computer is a concept of computing. So if we take the client server architecture, so the client is going to send a request to the server. So the server is going to send the response back to the client. So that concept is called as a computing. Then what do you mean by mobility? So mobility is about the change of location from one place to another. Then what is mobile computing? So the mobile computing is more or less related to the concept of computing and the mobility, that which means that we are going to compute the calculations or we are going to carry out the process on the way, on the go, on the anywhere, which means that while on the move we are going to process the calculations. That is called as mobile computing. So how the mobile computing is going to take place, how this particular technology emerges, the basic underlying concepts of mobile computing is that wireless technology. So the wireless technology is going to support the concept of mobile computing. So what is the difference between mobile computing versus wireless technology? The mobile computing, the basic concept that we are going to do some computations while on the move, any place, anywhere. So what is wireless networking? So the entire concept of mobile technology lies on the wireless networking. So we see the classification of wireless network has been divided into two. One is the wired network, another is the unlocked network. So what is the wired and wireless networks? Suppose if we assume that we are going to travel from one location to another location, say for example from Karapakam to Tambaram. So there are various base stations will be there. When a user is going to travel from one end to another, the node will be connected to the nearby base station. Whereas the base station is the wired technology and the mobile is connected to the base station, that is the wireless technology. So we are going to use the wired and as well as the wireless technology. Now come to the second point of the structure, that is the ad-hoc networks. So what is ad-hoc networks? There is no proper structure will be there. So that is the basic concept behind the ad-hoc network. So the example for the ad-hoc network is that two nodes, they are going to communicate using a Bluetooth technology, then that type of connection between them is called as the ad-hoc networks. Structure of mobile computing, that is, it has been divided into three tiers. The presentation tier, application tier and the data tier can be easily explained with an example. Suppose if we take a banking example, banking website, suppose if a user is going to pay some online transactions, the details what he is going to enter on the screen, that is the user interface, that is the presentation tier where he is going to enter all the information. Next, that particular information should be carried out to the application layer, that is the driving force between the user interface and the banking database. So the information is going to traverse through the application layer to the data tier, so where the entire process is going to take place. So in this way the structure of mobile computing application takes place, that is the three structures. First one is presentation, second one is application and third one is the data, where the entire transaction takes place. So after that transaction will be again retrieved by the Korea and it will be presented in the presentation.